So say you've built that trust, and then there's an issue. It has nothing to do with work, but will really affect person's work life. And, for example, a mentee has a death in the family, and how do you handle that? Where do you draw the lines?
So where do you draw the line between talking about the personal versus the professional?
Yes.
Interesting question.
Well, I don't think there is a line. I mean, a mentor should be that referral source for a mentee and vice versa. I mean, some of the other programs I've been involved with have dealt with really thorny issues. We had one mentee confide in a mentor that they were considering suicide. So how do you, in that relationship context, A, not violate the trust that's been built, but B, make sure that this person doesn't do something harmful. So it's a balance. It's going to deal with all life issues. And there are I don't think there are any set expectations as to what kind of questions or what kind of issues you can deal with. But, you need to be sensitive to the human dynamic and ensure that the right thing gets done. But it can be tricky. The best relationships I've had have only focused on work, but that is a very small percentage.
But it also, Scott, I think your question raises an interesting issue about the third set of the other relationship, which is between the mentor and the mentee supervisor, and the boundaries there that need to be observed, and the communication that should or shouldn't happen in that relationship, which I think have to be really carefully navigated, because those two people are often peers and colleagues. And I don't have a simple answer, but it's an important question to think through.
But that line isn't clear, and it'll never be clear. The difference between, I think, in my opinion, the difference between mentoring, it's not an individual development program, right? It's not, you're not just walking somebody through an IDP. This is mentoring, and it has to take in all of these nuances, these personal issues and professional issues.
Yeah, it's really sort of what stage is the mentor-mentee relationship at. If it's just the first 6 months of a formal program like this, then that and the supervisor relationship, it can get tricky. I think it's appropriate that we have this program managed out of the office that also has the ombudsman program. So there's some guidance that they could give. But if the relationship is at a stage maybe beyond the formal part, it just become a relationship that is very trusting, it's very caring, it becomes easier to deal with those kind of situations. That you're there to support the person and so on, support each other.